Big up to each and every single person that's out there right now. Everybody that is tuning in to our channel and tapping into what it is that we got going on. And right now, guys, as you guys do know, this is an election year. Not only is this an election year, but election is probably like a little over 50 days away. It's really not too far away from right now. So it's time for us to start registering to vote, us, myself included, to start getting those, to start registering to vote and casting our vote. And Joe Biden mentioned something, and he was saying a battle for the soul of our country, and he is absolutely right. He is absolutely right. This definitely is this election more than others for sure. The way how I look at it, yeah, I think that he's on to something when he says it is the battle for the soul of the country, ladies and gentlemen. Because some of the things that were said by Trump and a lot of his colleagues over there were just extreme to say the very least, right? It was just incredibly extreme. Thank you so much, Whoopi. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. But I did tell you guys I'm gonna be off for about a week and a half, so I will be doing quite a bit of streaming. If I'm not driving or going somewhere, then yeah. If I do have some free time on my hand, I'm gonna be resting. Start getting some exercise back into my system as well. And I will be doing a lot of streaming. But big up yourself, Whoopi, and thank you so much for tuning in, tapping in. But yeah, man, this is a battle for the soul of our country, guys. A battle for the soul of our country. You can't have leaders that are isolating and separating people, isolating immigrant groups or isolating other people that have come to the country to do nothing more than work, right? Most of the people that are here or that come here to America, they come here in search of opportunity. They come here in search of, to just for a better life for themselves and their family, guys. And when you have extremists that are out there that are targeting these people, giving hateful messages to these people, spreading lies about these people, putting their lives in jeopardy, guys. There were threats towards the city of Springfield as a result of what was the guy's name? Vance or something? I don't even know. Yeah, Vance, right? Vance, JD Vance. I believe that's Trump's running mate, if I'm not mistaken. Not even entirely sure. Don't pay too much attention to what it is that they have going on. Because 9 times out of 10, the things that they do say, it's something that kind of just, it's so outland, like it's just so crazy. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the stuff that they say, and it's just so extreme. So big shout outs to Joe Biden for sticking up for the Haitian people, man. That's the type of, that's some leadership qualities that he definitely shown. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm the biggest fan of Joe Biden, but in terms of, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think he's a better leader than Donald Trump. Right, I'm gonna be honest with you. In that regards, I do think he's a better. He does have better leadership qualities than Donald Trump does. Donald Trump is about separate. He's about divide and conquer, right? And he's willing to do anything to divide the country in order to be on top, for lack of a better term, right? And what we need, guys, is we need togetherness. We need people to come together as Americans, and we need a leader, right, that's going to bring us together, not tear us apart. We've already got our first troll. Listen, guys, you don't want to troll me because I troll back sometimes, right? The other night I really gave it to some of these guys that were trying to troll in regards to the support for this guy that he doesn't even have respect for himself, to be honest with you. This insecure leader, quote unquote, right? Because he does have some of these other people that do. Someone says, "Long live China." Big up to China. Big up to all the countries around the world. We ain't here to hate on anyone or anyone's country. But yeah, big up to China. Long live everywhere, right? Long live not only China, but long live America. Long live Jamaica, right? Long live Brazil. Nothing but peace and prosperity I wish to every single person, right? This isn't about division, and the division is what you want. The only people that we have to really put on quote unquote blast, right? But figuratively, not literally, right? But are those people that are extremists and those people that are here to divide, cause confusion, to spread hate, to separate people, to put people down, right? That's just low vibrational frequency. And trust me when I tell you guys, you will be banned. Hey, Whoopi, as a matter of fact, Whoopi, since you're here, Whoopi, I see you a lot. So you know what I'm going to do, Whoopi? I want to add you as a moderator as well. You know, most of the moderators are not here right now. Most of them are actually in the UK, believe it or not, guys. Most of them are in the UK. So big up to the United Kingdom as well. Big up to Scotland. Big up to England, right? Owen Rooney over there in England. Sarah over there in Scotland. Big up to those guys. You know, they definitely support this channel a whole lot. So yeah, you know, I really sincerely appreciate that. Someone says he is a billionaire, says Soldier. Yeah, he is. He absolutely is a billionaire. And I think a lot of it, he has lost touch to the common people, but he also has this sort of inferiority complex, and he projects this false aura of confidence, but it's really delusion, right? And I really think the guy is scared, to be honest with you. I think he's scared. And a lot of times when I do hear him talk, when I see some of the things that that he says, it's like, yo, this guy, honestly, I don't think he believes in himself enough, because if he did believe in himself enough, he wouldn't just lead off of separating people, right? And just appealing to people's lowest emotion, the lowest frequency that they emit, right? Their fears, their hatred, right? All low vibrational frequency. And we don't need that to be the dominant frequency in America, right? It will be detrimental to the entire country if that is the dominant frequency that we have in the country. So we do need leaders, guys, that are going to bring people together, not tear people apart. So big up to Joe Biden for what he said. Big up to Kamala Harris. To be completely honest with you, I hope, matter of fact, I know Kamala is going to win this election, because yeah, guys, I don't think America's I don't think we're that stupid. You know, there are people that of course, obviously, that support Trump, but I don't know why. You know, he only appeals to, like I said, those sort of fearful parts of people's psyche and their emotion, and the hateful side of them, right? So I think personally, I think it speaks a lot about you if this is the guy that you think is, oh, this is your leader and this is the guy that's going to bring the country forward, right? It speaks volumes about how you feel about other people as well. Because I've seen Trump make fun of all different types of people, right? I could get up here and name different groups, different countries, different, just different types of people. I could sit up here and name a whole bunch. So, because no real American would, says John H. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. Is he a billionaire? Fact check that, says Tom Watson. He's definitely, last time that I checked, was definitely worth billions and billions. I mean, he got up there and got up there on stage the other night in a debate, and he said it, billions and billions, right? So it's one of those things. So is he capping, or is this actual fact? Because last time that I checked, I can't confirm it. I'm not reading his bank account, but what's written about, let's check it out right now. Trump's net worth, right? So his net worth is 3.8 billion. So Trump's a billionaire, right? So that could be an accurate estimate, or it could be an estimate that's not very accurate. You know what I mean? Trump actually is born in Jamaica, guys. Jamaica, Queens, that is. But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Yeah, I was gonna make a joke that we have two Jamaicans going up, but Trump, no, no, I'm not gonna disrespect my people like that. You know what I mean? Like Kamala Harris, Onaja Harris, myself, is also Jamaican American as well. So, yeah, definitely not going to disrespect our people like that. Trump, I don't even, honestly, he's just a different sort of, I don't even, is he even American? Right? Remember all the stuff that he did when it came to Obama, having Obama produce his birth certificate, um, just saying all of these, falsifying all sorts of information about Obama. I this guy, he just doesn't stop. To be completely honest, he just does not stop. He doesn't stop. What kind of comments should I remove? Says Whoopi. So Whoopi, anything that you see that's just incredibly disrespectful or divisive, we the other night, guys, we had thousands of people in here, and it was to the point where the comment section was just filled with just different people just saying all types of stuff. So anything that's divisive, anything that targets people that are immigrants, anything that targets people that are, just different, right? Any racial groups, sexual orientation, any of that sort of stuff, we just remove those people out of here. If the joke is funny, like if you laughed at the joke, let me see it so that you know what I mean? If it's something that's funny, I'll laugh. If not, and I actually do see it, right? Then, it's clip. But yeah, guys, when you do joke, you just don't cross the line, right? PDF jokes, not allowed. And again, anything divisive, we just don't accept that. But thank you so much, Whoopi, for asking. John H says because no real American would. You're absolutely right. If you're speaking about in regards to Donald Trump, yeah, no real American would really vote for that guy. Are you voting for Harris? You're absolutely right. I am voting for Harris. America is getting too liberal, says Soldier. I don't think so. I don't agree with that. I think America needs balance. Otis Usuri says nope. Are you gonna vote? Registered, says Mr. Dentison. You know what's crazy about that? I did actually. I believe I did register because last week, last Tuesday was the 11th, right? Whenever the 11th was, I think it was Wednesday. It might be Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not even entirely sure. It could have been Wednesday though, but maybe Tuesday. But on the 11th, I went out to try to renew my license and stuff like that. And there is the voter registration where you could register. But I didn't really want to put a political party. I don't want to be boxed. I don't want to box myself into any category to say, all right, it's just this or that. I want to maintain this neutral perspective where I kind of look at the bigger scope of things as opposed to just being like, all right, cool, well, this is what it, because, things may change in the future where you'll look at a different party and see that maybe they're not, maybe they're not running on people's fear and their hatred, and maybe it's not extremism and January Sixers, right? So it's just one of those things, right? I don't want to just commit to one thing, right? It's just I know who I'm voting for, and yeah, that's it. That's that. You know what I mean? And big up to Kamala Harris. Big up to Kamala Harris. She's definitely. I'm so proud of her. I think she's doing a phenomenal job. I think her, going for the presidency, it opens so much doors for other people that are just like her. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that about her. I think she's going to do a phenomenal job. I have absolutely no doubt about that, in that regard. Whoa, he got he got in once. Don't give yourself too much credit, says he got in once. Okay, I guess. I guess. This guy's a sneaky uncle who used to what? This guy had a sneaky uncle who used to what? Okay, all right, John H. I don't. Are you talking about Trump? I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. D Nice says I was gonna say. John says he's a Russian. This mom is Scottish and his dad is German, I believe. Oh, okay. That could be what it is. I'm not entirely sure, but I do think his father was German. I think that is definitely something that I definitely heard. And a lot of the tactics that he uses, guys, Nazis use those tactics. those deplorable tactics that divide and conquer, that alienating people, isolating them from the group, dehumanizing them. Guys, these are things that were done in Nazi Germany. I don't see if people like how can we can't allow history to repeat itself. We simply cannot allow history to repeat itself. And it's almost as if he needs to have an enemy, right? It's almost like he needs to have something where it's like us against them, right? Listen, guys. When with the human body, right? The body is not fighting itself, right? Like a healthy person or a healthy body is not fighting against itself, right? It's working together, right? The hand right now is working with the brain. The brain is sending signals to the hand to move. The hand is doing what the brain is telling the hand to do, right? And it's sometimes unconsciously, right? Sometimes, fight or flight. It's already conditioned to do certain things, already pre-programmed to do certain things, right? Certain things operate without us thinking about it, right? But you never see the liver talking smack about the kidney, right? You never see the brain talking smack about the heart, right? In most cases. You understand what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done, guys, I don't think, I don't think having a divisive leader, I don't think having someone that's that hateful can ever bode well for the rest of the country. It just can't, right? Right? There'll be more social distancing, more hatred, right? And I'm not talking about the social distancing for health purposes. I'm talking about social distancing in terms of hatred, being separate, right? Honestly, do not think this guy has a clue. I just don't. I don't think he has a clue, right? And the thing that, because I always tried to be objective when it come to viewing him, people are different. But the thing that really broke the camel's back for me, right, for lack of a better term anyway, was when your boy told those guys to stand, what did he say, stand down and stand back or something along those lines, right? When he was talking to the Proud Boys, right? Or those people and those individuals that did what they did on January the 6th, right? I think, listen, it happened. Hold on. Okay, big up. It happened, right? Where you lost, you didn't win the election, right? So it's time to go. I've never seen in my lifetime a president leave the White House and then incite something like what happened on January the 6th, right? So how could you now then decide that this is the guy that you're going to put back in the White House? That simply means democracy is not his thing. It's not. He feels entitled. Like, who does that? Like, what type of person does that? Hello, Sarah. Sarah's in the house. Sarah's, I was already bigging you up before you even got here, Sarah. Say your name and you will appear. What is up, Sarah? What is up? Guys, it is my birthday as well, so I do appreciate those people that have wished me a happy birthday. Thank you so much. But it's all good. It's neither here nor there. It just does feel good when people say happy birthday, but you don't have to. But if you want to, I won't tell you not to. Definitely have some plans later on today. I'm going to get some rest early in the morning. I'm going to be up, guys, because I already kind of slept for like an hour or so and woke up like around 8 or 9 or something like that. So I'm going to be up for a little while. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, mom is Scottish. Her only job was to make a safe border, says Soldier. Soldier? Was that her only job? To make a safe border? Is the border now unsafe because of her? Is that what you're implying? Is that what you're saying about her? Is that the border is unsafe because of her? No, I just need you to elaborate on what it is that you're saying, Soldier, because I want to understand from your perspective what it is that you're saying. Because I feel like you're falling into this media sort of hype that's going on, and a lot of what people are saying that has been debunked and unsubstantiated. Right? We've already proven. They've already been proven, not by myself, but they've been proven already that these things are simply not true. Right? So elaborate on exactly what it is that you're talking about, good sir. So we could see things a little bit more from your angle as well. Getting rid of meteor dictator type ish, says John. Okay. My bad. Earth spoilers, says Gabba V Dude. Not entirely sure what that means. Was January 6th before or after the mostly peaceful riots, says UST Missouri. Was it before or after? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. You tell me. Was it before or after? Right? Because didn't somebody get bodied in that whole situation? Somebody got bodied. Somebody's no longer here anymore. Right? Moreover, imagine what the rest of the world were looking at when they saw that happen to the White House. Imagine what the rest of the world thought. Imagine what the rest of the world would. Wait. This is America? Is this the greatest country in the world? These are questions that they were asking themselves, right? Because the president did what he did. Did what he did. Every rich person and company. You're forgetting every rich person and company, says Gabba V Dude. What exactly do you mean, Gabba V? Please do tell. Yo, happy birthday, says Whoopi. Thank you so much, Whoopi. Thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate that, guys. It means a lot coming from you. A few people did wish me happy birthday. Now I just feel special when you guys do those things. But it is what it is, right? It's another day. We're still gonna do what we do. Another year on them, right? Another year on them. I'm approaching my mid-30s. I'll be in my mid-30s like that. Is this my mid-30s? Almost. 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 But it is what it is. We move. I agree on the extinction of mankind. Thank God y'all didn't see the very important Earth spoiler. Okay? As a person who lives in the rest of the world, we do never believed America to be great, says Gabba. Is that right? Are you speaking for the whole rest of the world, or are you speaking for where it is that you're from? Because I don't think you could really speak for the rest of the world in that regard. I think you can speak for yourself if that's something that you feel, but I don't think you could really speak for the rest of the world. And especially when America has been the reserve currency for so long. I mean, there had to be something in it, right? You don't get to that point by not being great in some ways, right? So I can understand why some people would be frustrated with certain things when it comes to America, but I don't think you could really speak for everyone in that regard. I think there must be some sort of greatness here, right? In terms of the opportunity that's provided for people. In a lot of cases, right? People come here, start businesses. People come here for a better life. So there are good things about America. Are there some bad things as well, right? Just like everywhere else, yes. But I don't know if you could say it's not great. You know what I mean? But of course, everyone has their own opinion. So I'm not really here to try to change your opinion in that regard, to be honest with you. McDonald Family Adventure says the rest of the world has seen what a weak country we have become the last 3 years. Also, I witnessed firsthand how horrible those mostly peaceful riots were. I encourage you to wake up, says the McDonald Family Adventures. So were they saying how strong of a country you were when Trump was in office? Is that where is that? Are you implying that? Because it sounds like that's what you're implying. To be completely honest with you, it really does sound like this is what you're implying. But I remember what took place in 2020. I remember how divided the country was in 2020. I remember all the riots. I remember him actually wanting to send in the military to deal with the George Floyd situation, right? But the military simply did not want to turn on its citizens, right? Like it just wouldn't have gone well, right? I remember various things happening when Trump was in office. I remember the country being the most divided I have ever seen a country, yet alone this country, right? I think people are forgetting those things. So if we're saying within the last 3 years, when you have a completely different set of people, right, enter into the White House, and now this group of people, right, are now left to really pick up the pieces and correct things and make things better, right? And I think they definitely did. They had a mountain to climb, to be honest with you. And they definitely tried. That was definitely an effort. I did see effort, right? Trump is so self-entitled that he walked right in front of the late Queen when he was visiting Windsor Castle. Surely he knew the royal protocol. It came off as really disrespectful. Listen, Trump doesn't really strike me as a person who cares about being polite, Sarah. I don't think being polite is something that's in his personality, right? I think he might do it at times, right? But you can kind of see through it. But he does it to kind of save face or for business purposes or for political reasons, right? I don't see him doing these things because, all right, well, you know what? I'm speaking from somewhere genuine when I do say these things. And respect is due. Respect is due to the Queen. Respect is due to the janitor, right? Respect is due to all of human beings, right? But especially when you go into someone's country, right? You go into someone's home, right? I think even at that point, when you do those things, I think you should just be showing the absolute most respect, especially when you go into someone's home. So you're absolutely right about that, Sam. But yeah, again, this is not a guy that strikes me as someone who cares much about, trying to be polite. Do you even understand the value of U.S. dollar as a reserve currency? The value of the U.S. dollar are you talking to me? You ever been to another country, says John H? Yes, I have. I've been to several other countries, John H. I have. Gabo V dude says 3 years. Who are you voting for this year? I think I've already said that, right? I've already said what I said in regards to that. We're endorsing Kamala Harris. We are 100% endorsing Kamala Harris for the next election. That just goes without saying. Kamala Harris, right? Joe Biden said it. What did he say? It's this brilliant quote. He called it a battle for the soul of our country. A battle for the soul of our country, guys. And that wasn't an exaggeration. I felt something when he said that. Those were bars, right? If he was a rapper, we'd be like, ooh, those were bars. A battle for the soul of our country, right? And I don't know who wrote that, right? But I actually was thinking about some words to actually say about what it is that was going on. And I thought, good versus evil, too generic. And then moreover, you do have good and bad on both sides. But it's just that one side is just extremely bad. You understand what I'm saying? There's good and bad on both sides. But one side is just extremely, extremely bad, right? So I think when he says a battle for the soul of our country, he is absolutely right. Right? We don't want a dictator. We don't want somebody that's in office that doesn't have the leadership qualities of an actual leader. You know? So, yeah. The world has noticed we recovered the fastest from the pandemic. Thank you so much, John. I've been trying to tell people this, right? During the pandemic, it wasn't just America that was affected by the pandemic. It wasn't America that was the only country that was affected by inflation, and everywhere else it was actually worse. Right? So, John, you're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right about that. And the recession that they alluded to, it didn't quite happen, did it? Things didn't get as bad as we thought it was gonna get, did we? Did it? Right? So yeah, yeah. Fed Chair Powell, we gotta big him up for that. Him and his team, we gotta big them up for that. And everybody who made that possible, right? Including the American people. Right? Because we all played a part in it. Right? And for the most part, most of us kept our sanity through it. Right? Even when things did get a little difficult. Right? We soldiered on. We kept it moving. You know what I mean? Three years. You believe that we did not see what happened for like 2 centuries? Americans be out here thinking that the rest of the world doesn't know what's going on in there. I'm not entirely sure what it is that you're saying, Gabo V dude. I know this is cryptic reasoning, right? But when we're having this discussion, I'm the one that's supposed to be speaking cryptically, not you, right? Right? I'm the guy that's supposed to be speaking cryptically so that you could figure it out. But if you're speaking cryptically, right, and I kind of have the floor, I don't really know what angle I should dissect that from because I don't even know what it is that you're trying to say. Right? Because yes, there is a school of thought of there are people in America, you're absolutely right, that are ignorant to a lot of things that are going on in the rest of the world. Right? And they may be some Americans, right? Because look, Trump has some supporters after all, right? That do believe the rest of the world doesn't know what's going on here. But I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. Right? I don't think people are ignorant. I don't think people are stupid. I never take that perspective as if, I'm the only one that knows things. Nah, there's plenty of people that know a whole bunch of stuff. Different than that know stuff that I don't. Right? That's how we learn. It's just what it is. You ever play chess? Right? I'm a fairly decent chess player. But sometimes I play chess and it's not even close. Right? So every now and then I'll sit and I'll play chess. And sometimes I'll get on a winning streak, 10, 20 games. And then sometimes you face off with someone who has a different style. Or someone who's just a better chess player than you. Right? It's just what it is. Right? I realize I'm not the only one who has a brain in this world. Right? Guys, make sure you are subscribing as well. It is, after all, my birthday, so we definitely are looking to get to 1,000 subscribers. I think we can get 90 subscribers today. I think we can get 90 subscribers today. But I am gonna spend some time with my daughter, so I don't know if that's the main priority for me. Right? I think spending some time with my kid on my birthday, going out, hanging out with her. Kind of doing my part as a parent, right? So I think that's the main thing as well, guys. I appreciate everyone who just subscribed. Make sure you're also liking the video. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing. Big up to each and every single one of you. And I love this dialogue, and I love how respectful it is in here tonight, guys. I can really appreciate the respect level tonight. So round of applause to everyone, even the people that disagreed with me. We're actually having a conversation here, guys. And we're not at each other's throat. That's the American way. That's the American way right there. We don't have to be at one another's throat. Sarah says, Trump couldn't even be faithful to his wife. How's he going to be faithful to an entire country? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right about that. Let's not even get into some of the pictures and some of the things that were going on with him and the things that he said in the past about a lot of things, right? I would do your research on this guy. Do your research on him. Tamio says, "Yo, you like DN, my brother?" I don't know if that's a question or that's a statement. It doesn't have a quotation mark or it doesn't have any sort of you know question mark or nothing. So I don't know what it is that you mean. Are you saying I look like DN and what is DN, or are you asking me if I like DN? I don't know what that is. So if you don't mind, just sort of rewording that so I can understand what it is you're saying. At least he doesn't sniff kids. Says you underscore with a tube. Not entirely sure what it is that you're talking about, but I don't find that funny. So if one of the moderators, if you guys see that guy, you underscore TUBE, you guys can feel free to just just get him out of here. I don't see him contributing anything to this conversation, and I don't really understand what he's talking about when he's talking about sniffing kids. That doesn't make any sense, and it's not funny, you know. So yeah, thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate that. I think people don't care about a divided country. They just want no inflation and a secure border. Okay, guys. So, Soldier, let's have this conversation, right? You just mentioned inflation just now. Big up yourself, by the way, Soldier. Thank you so much for the dialogue. But I'm going to kind of break something down for you, right? So, when you talk about inflation, good sir, we're talking about the concept of supply and demand, right? If you have a lot of supply, the demand is probably not going to be as high. So the price can be low because you have a whole lot of whatever it is that you have, right? Right? And the demand could possibly be high, but again, you have more supply than you do demand, right? When the demand goes above the supply, this is the demand. You need it. You got to have it. There's not a lot of it, right? There's not a lot of it, but you got to have it. So what happens to the price of it? It has to go up, right? Because you have to keep at least some of the supply, right, in reserve while you re-up and make more supplies. So if you think back to 2020, what happened in 2020, might you ask, right? I don't know if you were there, Soldier, but Soldier, I was there in 2020. A lot of people got laid off. A lot of factories got shut down. A lot of businesses went bankrupt, closed. And a lot of things happened in the country in the year 2020. Some businesses simply did not have the capital, did not have the investment, and did not have the things, right, for lack of a better term, to really help them to survive the COVID lockdown, right? So if you can think back to COVID, if you ordered something, it took weeks upon weeks upon weeks, maybe even months for it to get to you, right? America wasn't trading as freely with China, right? There were a lot of international ports were shut down, right? So then what starts to happen? Again, supply, demand, right? So now what happens? Price of the goods got to go up, right? Price of a lot of things now have to go up. And then over time, right, inflation happens naturally anyway. Not that inflation is necessarily a bad thing unless it's getting out of hand, right? And it did get out of hand at one point. But again, Fed Chair Powell did a phenomenal job in making sure he rectified the situation, right? So even though things did start to get out of hand, on the other hand, things started to get in hand, right? So now inflation is down. I think the last time I checked, it was like 2 point something percent, right? Skyrocket in 2021, not because of Biden. We mentioned this yesterday. The president gets too much credit when things are going good, especially in the economy, and too much blame that they don't deserve when things are going bad, right? So, not to say that they don't play some part, but they're not the main deciding factor, right? They do play a part, but they don't play the main part. It's not a big a part as you think it is, right? So, soldier, it's one of those things, man. It gets a little tricky. I get it. I understand, right? Because you only know or you only see what it is that's happening in front of you. But if you ever looked at a chart, if you ever traded any stocks or looked at a stock chart, and then it's like you could look at it from this month to see that the stock is either up or down, or you could zoom out to see what's been happening with the stock, with that particular stock or the stock market overall over a certain period of time, right? The further back you go, the better you're able to understand the patterns and what's going on with that particular stock, or in this case, that particular country, right? So yeah. Yet life is a dice. Yet life is a dice game. It's all to God's hands, says Alexis. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't know if I all the way agree with it either. I don't know if I would really compare it to a dice game, but I could see why you could compare it to a dice game. I think a lot of it you can interpret as somewhat of a game. Yeah, but I think it's a little deeper than that as well, man. I really do. I sincerely do. L President, L Country, says Gabe. Not gonna lie, I'm waiting for 2042 like dog. What is this guy talking about? 2042? Well, you go ahead and wait, man. Life is out here to live. So we're gonna live life the year that it is, right? Until that year come, provided we are still here, right? We'll give thanks in that time. But life is passing you by. You're waiting for 2042, young man. They forget they couldn't go anywhere because of his mishandling of COVID, says John. You're absolutely right. Mishandling of COVID is actually an understatement. And I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, when he was telling people to drink certain things, I tried to really see things from his perspective. You know what I mean? I really tried to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. I wanted to see the best in him. I really did. I simply can't give him the benefit of the doubt anymore. I simply can't. Will Kenteno says vomit emoji. Okay. I ain't your chat. Just takes 2 years for you to get my message. Like, dawg. You'll have to learn. I don't need that ish. I can just upload myself with 30 years of knowledge into my memory, says Gaba V. Dude. Okay. Big up yourself. I don't know what to say about that. In the UK, when lockdown hit, the Prime Minister was telling people to stay indoors, work from home, etc. Don't visit family or friends. Then it was revealed that the government officials had parties while people died. I think that's something that just did. It wasn't something that was just exclusive to the UK. I think things like that were happening in various different places as well, Sarah. You know, they were telling the public one thing, and then behind the scenes they were doing something completely different. But it's just that these days you're not able to hide those things as well as people may have done in the past, because there's eyes everywhere, guys. Plain and simple. Biden was negotiating nukes today. Facepalm, says Z Corpa Alpha. Wait till late 2026. Gallon of milk will be $35. God damn it. Well, it's a good thing I don't drink milk like that. To be honest with you, Mr. Z Corporate Alpha. But I'm guessing you're a extreme white right wingist. You're extreme right wingist or winger, right? You're a right winger, like you play soccer or something. But yeah, that's quite extreme. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. I don't think you actually honestly mean that. I think this is just something you're using one of Donald Trump's tactics that he tends to use a lot, which is the fear and all of that sort of stuff. But keep it real with yourself, man. Keep it real with yourself. You are the only one here that makes any sense, says Mark. Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate that. I don't know if it's me you're talking to, but I don't know. Wait until he reads this part. Has the knowledge that I'm not a human, but yet an AI. By the way, my name is HG260B Mark 4. Smiley face. Okay? All right. I don't blame Joe Biden for his bad job. He's just too old. Well, soldier, how old is Donald Trump? I think we got to check to see how old. I think him and Joe Biden are like in the same ballpark. All right, so Donald Trump age, right? I did look at Donald Trump before, so maybe I should just go back or forward. So Donald Trump is 78 years old, guys. Guys, my grandmother's not 78 years old, right? My grandma's not even 78 years old yet. My granny's what, like 73 or something? She had my mom when she was late teens, and my mom had me early 20s. So there you go. Um, how old is Joe Biden? And Joe Biden is 81. So I mean, they're practically the same age. Is it what 3 years apart? Come on, come on. They're practically the same age, man. And if you think he's too old or he was too old, then why would you then put this person in who was the same age that Biden is when he went into the office? Right? I don't think that makes a lot of sense, to be honest with you. Gabba V Dude says, "What was that delay on saying my name? Wait until he reads my serial code." I think you mean serial code. Sarah, he's a cereal box. He's a cereal. He's a cereal box, Sarah. He's a cereal box. I think we were speaking to a cereal box just now. So Gabba V Dude, what type of cereal is contained inside of the box of which you are the home? Is it Captain Crunch? Is it Honey Nut Cheerios? Is it Fruity Pebbles? Is it Lucky Charms? Is it Raisin Bran? What is it? He says, anyways. Oh man, this is actually really funny. I appreciate the dialogue tonight, guys, and I appreciate how respectful this dialogue was, because whenever we do talk about these things, we have droves of people that are being extremely disrespectful. So I definitely appreciate that, all of you. V Bav, that's not something to troll about. I don't think that's something that really that you should really be trolling about, to be honest with you. So I won't even get involved in that. If that's something that you really do have and you really do need to speak to your parents about it, then I don't think that I'm the right person to really ask how do you tell your parents about it. I think you need to seek it out from some people who are professionals in that regard. But I don't think that's something to really joke about, to be honest with you. Yeah. Hello, bye. Nice to meet you too, bro. Big up yourself. I'm on Kumar. Thank you so much. Kumar, I think we met before. I remember that emoji. I definitely remember Kumar. I'm on Kumar. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. Bro, I'm trolling. I'm asking you a way out. Bro, I'm not trolling. I'm asking you a way out. Asking me a way out of what, good sir? Please explain to me. A way out of what? A way out of what? Asking me a way out of what, good sir? A way out of what? But yeah, I'm on Kumar. Top of the top of the morning to ya, right? As they would say in Ireland. Maybe back in the day. Maybe they don't say that anymore. That's probably like 1990 slang or something. But big up yourself. Thank you so much. I'm hesitating to tell my folks about this issue. Okay. Well, that's something that you got to kind of sit with yourself and go inward, go internally, right? And maybe muster up the courage to really tell your folks, right? I can't provide you with like the right course of action in that regard. And the reason why I can't provide you with that course of action is because if things go wrong, right, in terms of the way how your parents respond from it, i.e., maybe God forbid something happens where your mom or your dad can't take the news and then boom, they end up happening to them as a result of it. I don't think it would rest well on my conscience knowing that I did that. You know what I mean? Or that I played a part in that. Right? So that would be something where you have to kind of sit with yourself. Maybe go seek advice from some people that know you well, some people that care about you, some people that know your parents well, right? Or maybe some professionals, right? So if this is actually something that's true, yeah, I do wish you the best in that regard, but I'm simply not the right person to really ask about that, Gabe, or Vibov Sharma. This lad overthinking, he fancy pants with such information he acquired from the what is that? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is, but that's not fancy information, right? I responded by going inward, right? I went inward and I found the things that I communicated the things that I could say based on sort of the vocabulary that was accessible to me at the time, and the information coming from universal consciousness. So that wasn't one of those things where it was like I read some acquired some information from somewhere to respond to that. Did you see me read anything? No. It's just one of those things, right? I don't think I'm the right person to really tell him what to do in a situation like that. I simply am not. Right? By mean app ka Chanel. Subscribe car daya buy. Don't know what that means, but thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. I really do. It is my birthday, and a few people have subscribed thus far. I'm definitely going to be doing quite a bit of streaming tomorrow. I might do the watch along for the Arsenal game, although I do not know as of yet. And I'm thinking, how should my hair look on my birthday? Should I really groom myself and do the 2-strand twist, or should I just let my hair just do what it do? I don't really know how I'm gonna spend my birthday tomorrow, guys. Right? Like, I don't mind going out like this, but it is my birthday, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This guy thinks he's cool because he is cool. Right back at you. Right back at you, General Burger Bags. That was definitely a cool comment. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Um, do you really live under a cereal box? Yo, Sarah. Sarah's funny as heck, man. Sarah says, Do you really live under a cereal box?" That is gold. That is comedy gold. Any tips for quitting cigarettes? Says via Bhav Sharma. That's not really why we're here tonight, but tips on quitting cigarettes. I actually used to smoke the green stuff, right? But when I realized that it was doing more harm than good, I realized that it was time for me to really stop. And sure, it was something that I could have stopped at any time, right? But I just simply chose not to, right? So ultimately, the choice is yours. And I think meditation really helps people a lot of times with addiction. Self-awareness helps people with addiction as well. You kind of have to ask yourself certain questions, right? Do I love me? Like, do I truly love me? And if I truly love me, would I continue a self-destructive behavior? Something that's detrimental to my health? Something that's not only harming me, but harming the people that love me as well? Do I want to cause this sort of pain to myself and to others? So these ultimately, Vaibhav Sharma, are questions that, again, you have to look inward and ask yourself, right? The answers could come from outside, right? Maybe someone could rough you up real bad, right? Maybe you smoke a cigarette that's just so bad that it burns your tongue or something, or, I'm not entirely sure, right? Or causes some sort of reaction where you're like, all right, cool, well, you know what? But instead of it getting to that point, ask yourself, do I really, really care about myself? And is someone that cares about themselves, is this what someone would care about themselves? Is this what they would do? So ultimately, you got to ask yourself, young man. Yo, Serial, what a humorous intent you had there. Really funny play of words. That was really, really funny. Can you speak to Hindi, says Aman Kumar. Not entirely. Not entirely, good sir. Not entirely. Not gonna lie, you flesh people have no idea on what I'm plotting for 2042. I don't think I've ever been called a flesh person before in my life. You flesh people. We're spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings, Gabba V dude. We are spiritual beings. We're not simply, reduced to being only flesh people, right? Bro, your Mac mic price. The price of this mic? I spent like 100 and something bucks on it. I didn't spend that much. Spent like 100 and something on it. I don't really remember the exact price, but it was like 100 and something bucks. 100 and something dollars. Just say to me, what's your opinion? Hold on. Someone, Calvin Duke says, Jesus love you. Big up yourself, Calvin Duke. Gabo V dude says, yo dude, thank you for being my test subject. What's your opinion on my conversation you had with me? Just say to me what your opinion so my team can continue with another test subject. Well, first of all, sir, subscribe to the channel. If I see that you subscribe to the channel, I'll participate in what it is that you got going on. If not, you can keep it moving, right? Because you can't just do something like that, right? In which I do know you're trolling, right? But without someone's knowledge. But if you're asking me now to participate, I'd say I choose not to participate unless you're supporting our community, right? You support our community. I don't see the harm in it. Does it take you until 2042 to break out of a cereal box? You're not intended to even know. You're a test subject. Gabba V Dude says dog. All right, Gabba V Dude. Well, you know what, guys? It was an absolute pleasure. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the video. I'm actually going to call it a stream in a little bit. So I'll definitely be back tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming quite a bit tomorrow. I'll probably be going to the Statue of Liberty, taking my daughter there on a little cruise tomorrow. That's provided she can get in, but I did end up buying 2 tickets. So hopefully she can get in. And if she absolutely can get in, then we're going to be streaming from a boat tomorrow, you know, heading to the Statue of Liberty. So, yeah. Hi and bye, says Thrifty. How you doing, Thrifty? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, Thrifty, but big up yourself and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for the happy birthday. I appreciate that. Gabe v Dude says, "Whoop, as I said, Synthetic Human Project been working for what I've seen. Thank you for partaking on the subject against your free will." Man, go to bed. Go to bed, or I'm gonna disconnect your batteries. Yes, Thrifty, it is my birthday. Thank you so much for the birthday well wishes. Gabba V Dude, I'm gonna plug you out for the night. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, Thrifty. And I'll see you guys again. I probably will be streaming a lot tomorrow. Maybe be doing some sports streaming. But I'll let you guys know. Anyway, take care, guys. I'll see you later. Bye bye.